Cloud. Okay,
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and start letting them in.
very good.
I like the background, Deborah, of your house. Very
Thank
pretty.
you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, I'd love to have you over. Hello, Skip. Good morning. And Cassandra, Ramona, Jim Kubasek, I should say.
There we go. Good morning. Hi, Roderick. How are you doing this morning, sir?
Good
Oh,
morning.
pretty good. How are you doing today, Jim?
Good, good. Hi, Deborah.
Good.
Thanks for having me this morning.
You're very welcome, and thank you for being with us.
So, Roderick, I did have to stand up for you when I first did actually meet Deborah because she's like, I can't believe Roderick didn't tell you more about this. I'm like, literally, we got into the last 30 seconds of our one-to-one and we had been on some hot topics. And he was like, man, I really want to tell you about, and it wasn't just this one, it was some other things. But good thing is it got fit in.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Glad we
What's
got
up,
made that
Roderick?
happen. Hey, how you doing today, Doug?
Good.
Doug,
Hey.
you're with us. All right,
Looking good.
fabulous.
Hey, Dr. Ed.
Hey, Roger,
Fine.
I'm looking for how to get back so I can see everybody. And I don't see
Click-
stop share. Oh, here we go. Hold
No.
on.
Yeah, but you're not sharing yet.
Yeah, I need to, there we
Click
go.
participants, it'll make it bigger.
There we go. Hi, everybody. I love seeing faces. We're pretending we're in a restaurant. Hello, Darren and Marcy Joel,
Oh, good. I brought coffee.
Ryan and Ramona Long. Hello,
Hi,
Joe,
Deborah.
Dr. Ed Muscali. Think of this as a mini pipeline times 20. How's that? We look forward to these, and we've got a prospective member driving, and that's our Doug Crumbly with Stratus Building Solutions. Isn't that great?
That's great. Morning, Doug. I'm
Morning.
very familiar with Doug and his businesses. He's an excellent addition to our group. Great
Thank
to see you this morning, Doug.
Doug, no pressure to join now, okay?
Yeah,
Hello,
I didn't.
Hello, Charlie
No
Gray.
pressure.
Nice to see you.
I'm sorry that I'm driving, guys, but I've got to get to the airport.
That's okay. John Parker, hello. We're going to start in a minute.
Morning.
Good morning. All right. We've got about 50 that are joining us today. I missed, so it started out at 53 attendees. Now it's 51. So let's all see how many come. Roderick, there we go. All right. All right, very good. So I'm going to go ahead and do a shared screen. And good morning, everybody. I want to welcome you to today's BCN CEO Roundtable Zoom. Our keynote speaker is Kyle Waide. And for those of you that don't know Kyle, you will get to know him more today. He is the president and CEO of the Atlanta Community Food Bank, which is our member and our charitable cause. The topic is capacity building. What can we do today to ensure that our companies and communities thrive tomorrow? And he's got quite a talk for us. So please enjoy. This will be very relevant whether you're a consulting business or you're a large company. So first is we're going to talk about rules of engagement. Keep your mics, as you know, muted until we go into the live chat. When you see Kyle and when I introduce him, you can go to speaker view and then that will allow you to see him fully. So don't forget about that. We've got the live chat several different times. So that's during your thank you moments and success stories and your spotlights. And then any member news that you have or a new offer or an event that you're doing. Our mission is to be holistic and to really embrace all of our members and to make sure that they enjoy each other, that they build friendships that lead to business. And knock on wood, that's been happening. Our value proposition that's more important than ever We focus on strategic business development, building partnerships and alliances. That's what we do in all of our meetings and our pipelines. Professional development is key, so helping you meet business leaders that you would not have met had you not been a member, and then to do your own workshops and seminars or lunch and learn events. And then community engagement is our last pillar, and that's giving back, and that's with the Atlanta Community Food Bank. Our toolkit is made up of these roundtable forums. Jeff Chernoff, our founder and president, and let me thank also not only Jeff and his wife, who's our executive administrator, and Ann oversees the websites for BCN CCA, Fred Broder and Buddy Wofford. Couldn't do it without our wonderful team. But in any case, Jeff has shared that in a few days, we will know whether we're going live in August. So we will send an email to you so you can prepare for that. We have a wonderful mentor advocate sponsor program, and that means that on behalf of you, Fred, myself, Buddy, and Jeff, we advocate, we act as your mentor and coach. We advocate on behalf of you to other members, and then we're your sponsor and recommending your services. So that's our monthly program that we think has worked very well, and that includes your sales pipeline meetings, building these profiles with you and for you and your member offers, you sharing the news, offers, and events, and then resource sharing. This is really the bulk of the BCN toolkit. Our mentor program, as I just mentioned, is 30-minute sales pipeline meetings. In between your pipeline and the next roundtable are 15-minute Zoom discoveries, where I would host initially the first time that you're meeting a fellow member. And then we focus on, as you'll hear today from our spotlights, your value prop, ideal client, what's the best strategic referral partner for you, and what is your member offer? And then what's the best way for someone to contact you? And the result, again, is building new friendships that lead to business and into services that you might need, as well as strategic partnerships. First thing we want to do is start out with a member testimonial. Is there anyone that's joining us today that would like to share how the BCN has helped their business?
Deborah, is that where you want me to say something about my recent experience?
No, that would be a thank you moment.
Okay.
This story. But hold that thought. This one is more global. This one is, if you had not been a member of the BCN, X would not have happened. If you had not been a member of the BCN, personally, X would have not happened. So keep that in mind. You can always share that throughout the program with me. Just put it into the chat and say, Roderick, I have a testimonial. We want to thank our committee. We've had over the year some wonderful members that are part of our volunteer steering committee. If you would like to participate and do that, please shoot me an email today or a text. But we want to thank Mythos Media, Amy Henkel and Roger Nip, co-founders, Procom, Total Office Technologies, Dave Pierce and Mike Feely, and the MP Group, Roderick Ricks, our director of sales. We also have, as I mentioned, Roderick and Jeff admitting all of you. So thank you both for that. As far as our calendar for the rest of the year, next in July is Doretta Rhodes. She's the Chief People Capital Officer for the Atlanta Braves. And she's going to talk about how the pandemic, what they learned from it and how it impacted their business, because they certainly had that planned on it. August 12th is our member, Juanita Powell Baranco, the founder of Mercedes-Benz of Buckhead, as well as Covington, and the co-founder and chief operating officer of Baranco Automotive. That will be a fireside chat like today. And that means it's an open forum for 20 minutes for me to ask a question to each speaker, and then they will respond, and then you guys can ask questions as well. September 9th is going to be William Pate, the president and CEO of the Atlanta Convention and Visitors Bureau. Thank God hospitality has come back as far as hotels, economic development, and tourism. October 14th is our Atlanta Hawks. We're going to salute them a little bit later in the program. They're going to do a fireside chat. And then November 11th, I'm working on finalizing a restaurateur fireside chat. And in December, we do an annual meeting, which is a holiday mixer with no speakers. And it's a time to just have fun together, potentially have a tabletop so people can learn more about your business. Now, these are thank you moments, success stories. So Darren Joel, new member with Marcy Joel, please share something fabulous.
Awesome. Well, in a minute, I'll talk more about our business. My name is Darren. This is Marcy. We own Blackfire Signs and Graphics. We're brand new to BCN. We already have a big thank you. The week we joined, Deborah introduced me on the phone to Matt Kimbrough with a Good Game. I met Matt the very next day down at the Braves Battery, and we already have a big job doing all their windows as well as their tinting. So big shout out to Deborah for doing what you do best. And thank you to Matt for the opportunity. And we look forward to working with many more of you.
Oh, I get the chills when I think about how this all came down since you were out of the country at the time. So that was pretty cool, Darren. And I'm sure Matt is thrilled. Matt, are you with us yet?
I am, yes.
Matt, do you want to add anything to that?
No, just excited to do business with Darren, and welcome to the BCN. Glad we could get you some business right away.
And I think he saved you money too.
He saved me quite a bit of money, yes.
Any other success stories or thank you moments from our members that are here with us today?
Hey, everybody, this is Cameron Turner from the Atlanta Community Food Bank. Good to see everybody today. Just a thank you to Matt over at Good Game again. We are excited that we're going to be hosting our monthly Can Ball event meetings at the Good Game over there, and our teams are excited to start that next week, actually. So thanks, Matt, for having us.
And just so they know, the Can, you want to tell them what that's about or who it's with?
Yeah, the Can Ball is held every October by our dear friends in the apartment industry. So the Apartment Association of Atlanta puts on this fundraiser, and it's an exciting evening. It's being held on the West Side this year at a new venue, and it's just a great way to come out and support the food bank, but it's also a fun party.
Well, thank you very much for connecting the dots, Cameron, and I'm thrilled. And I love it that, Matt, you're getting more and more people to learn and understand and enjoy Good Game. Is there one more success story or thank you moment?
I do have one.
Ed, Dr. Ed.
Oh, okay. Hey, everybody. I just wanted to thank Ruben Glushak with Appliance Care of Atlanta. He made me look good to two of my patients. One of them had an oven that was not working, and they completely successfully handled that, as well as another patient that I really esteem greatly, and they had a dryer that wasn't working properly. So I just wanted to thank Ruben Glushak. If anybody has any needs for appliance repair, I wouldn't hesitate to use Appliance Care of Atlanta. They did great. Everything was affordable and fast and professional and successful.
And Ruben is a 3-year member. You are a new member, and you're a 4-month member, and you are a phenomenal chiropractor on steroids, 35 years of business. And so anyone that is in need of chiropractic care, Ed is a member, and he's very holistic in how he does his business. So Ed, thank you very much. And I thought I heard one more thank you or success story. No?
Deborah, I have one. John Parker.
Yes, John.
I'd like to pile on Matt also. We met a few months ago. Deborah introduced me to Matt, and Matt became a customer, and he also introduced me to Delaware North, which is a huge company in the United States, and specifically Truist Park, Kathy Smith at Truist Park. So appreciate that.
Well, and you're helping him with some people too. So I think it's great. It's been a nice back and forth. So we're now going to go to birthdays. I know there are people that are celebrating June birthdays. You can admit it. Please share. Anybody?
Hey, Deborah's. I've got one coming up on the 25th of June. So
Bobby Jeffrey, yay. Okay, so that's my brother's birthday. All right.
I know, it's 6 months before Christmas, 6 months after Christmas. I used to tell my parents when I was a child they had no excuse for getting me a bad gift.
Okay, are you doing anything special?
I am going down to Florida, down to Sarasota and Siesta Keys. My brother and sister is going to be down there, so we're going to go down there and soak up the sun a little bit.
So all of you that are on, Bobby Jeffrey is the president of Creative Approach. Creative Approach is a 4-year member, and so he and Megan Kelly, who's on with him, are the ones that you work with to help you create, develop, and execute your BCN one-pager. So that is Bobby. Thank you, Bobby and Megan. I will tell you my sister's birthday is today, so she's not a member, but she's a member by association. So there we go. All right, now we're going to go to Kyle. Kyle, are you with us? I'm about to say wonderful things about you.
I'm here, Deborah.
All right, so I'm going to go to, I'm going to do a escape here. So hold on one second. I'm going to do a stop share. And we're going to do a speaker view. So put on your speaker views. There's Kyle. Kyle, I love it. Okay, well, first of all, it's a pleasure, Kyle, to have you as a BCN keynote today. Your topic is capacity building. What can we do today to ensure our companies and communities thrive tomorrow? And this came from our discussion on how to help our member companies who, like you, just went through the pandemic and made the best decisions for their organization, the people within, and the customers and constituents that they serve. Discussing through an open forum today is how to build your capacity for breakthrough performance, whether you're a small consulting firm or a large company. So that is the focus for Kyle's talk today. It's going to be an open forum where I will ask the first question and then Kyle will answer it, and then we'll go back and forth. We have a total of 20 minutes for this segment. Let me share a little bit about Kyle. And Kyle does have 5 takeaways. So the takeaways are going to be the big part of the discussion today. Kyle, it's been a pleasure getting to know you for these last several years through Bill Bowling, who introduced us, the founder of the food bank, and your team. I have to tell you, I have admired your ability to lead and collaborate and move things forward. It's really something to watch and appreciate. How you balance the number of hours that you give to the food bank with your own family, your wife, and 3 children is something to revere, as you have much to do. Yet you have an outstanding team that helps you make all of this look easy. And that's Cameron, Lacey, Ben, and many others. We are thrilled to have the Atlanta Community Food Bank as a BCN company member in our charitable cause. Sharing about your experience, and just so everyone knows a little bit more about you, you're obviously the president and CEO of the food bank, and you oversee with your team a distribution of nearly 80 million pounds, which I'm sure that's doubled, of food and grocery products each year through a network of 700 local and regional partner nonprofit organizations that feed those in need across 29 Georgia counties. Again, I know that probably doubled since COVID. And then when we go into some more about you, prior to becoming the CEO, you served for 3 years as the food bank's vice president of partner operations, and you led the organization to a record-breaking year of food distribution to the hungry. Prior to joining the food bank, you were with Home Depot, and you had several management roles in disaster relief, corporate responsibility, community affairs, and store operations. You also served as part of the management team and launched Charity Navigator, and that's the nation's premier charity evaluation service. You're a graduate of Harvard University. You currently serve as the chair of the Southeast Regional Cooperative and the vice chair of the Georgia Food Bank Association. You're a member of the National Affiliate Council for Feeding America, and you also chair both the Food Sourcing Advisory Committee and the Equity, Diversity, and Inclusion Advisory Committee. You serve on the board of the Metro Atlanta Chamber and Goodwill of North Georgia. You're a member of Leadership Atlanta, class of 2015, the Rotary Club of Atlanta, and the Community Advisory Board for the Junior League of Atlanta. You're also on the board of the Super Bowl host committee. And it's a pleasure, without further ado, to start out with you. And the first question I have is, having to pivot when all of this happened and you had just built a new building, can you share with us briefly, how did you handle that as you were moving into a building, built this exquisite place, and then had to do what you had to do? How did you deal with that capacity?
Well, Deborah, thanks for having me, and appreciate being with everybody. You know, just again, to sort of underline something. So we moved into a brand new facility. Many people have been to our old facility on Joseph Lowry. Boulevard in the west side of Atlanta. We moved from that facility to our new 345,000 square foot distribution center and headquarters on March 2nd of 2020, about 10 days really before the pandemic became a reality for all of us when the world started to close. And so we were still unpacking boxes and trying to figure out where the bathrooms were when we had to dramatically sort of change the scale of our operation in providing food to food insecure people across our region. I think over the past year, we've grown our distribution about 65%. So this year we'll distribute about 115 to 120 million pounds of food over the course of the year. That equates to probably around $180 million in the value of the food and resources that we're providing out in the community. Significantly different from where we used to be. And for us to sort of navigate the early days of the pandemic and really grow to meet the need, I think the key thing we had to really do is get very clear about what our priorities were, starting with how do we protect our own business continuity, our own people, and then being very clear about what were the most critical things we needed to do for our core partners and the people that they were serving. So narrowing down that list, being very clear about it, communicating clearly about it with our internal and external stakeholders, and kind of letting the other sort of distracting things just go away and not paying attention to them.
So how were you able to focus on that? How are you able to, and how would other companies listening today, our members, how do you have that laser focus when you have so much going on in your daily business to be able to work on the business?
Well, I think part of our job, my job as the leader and other people on our leadership team is to kind of go through the exercise of really prioritizing those things that matter the most in that moment of crisis, and trying to simplify all that we were navigating. So we had to really eliminate some things that we were doing. Just we're not going to do those right now, and really protect our capacity for our core work. I think part of what helped with that, both then and going forward, is that increasingly over the past several years, we've tried to get more clear as an organization about what is our thing, what is our core impact, what's our theory of change in the world, and to become more focused on that core, and be willing to kind of stop doing things that we thought were good ideas, but that really don't have the potential for scale or sustainability. And so as an organization, we've become more focused even as we've grown than we were when we were smaller.
Roderick, is there any questions from the group before I ask my next one?
Duffy Dixon.
Duff.
Hi, so my question is, could you give people a sense of who is using your services? I think people might be misled into thinking this is all people who have always needed assistance, that sort of thing. Can you give us, especially during COVID and everything else, what types of people do you serve? Or who do
great question. Yeah, great question. And I think it's important to know that I think the pandemic has revealed to everybody more dramatically than maybe we ever realized just how many people in our community are really kind of living in economically vulnerable positions. So even prior to the pandemic, we were serving more than 700,000 people across the 29 counties we serve in North Georgia. And most people, when they think of the food bank, they're probably thinking of the homeless population, or they're thinking of people who are really out of work and been out of work a long time, or maybe sort of low-income seniors might come to mind. The most prevalent client kind of archetype for us is a single parent headed household with a couple of kids where the parent is working. And they're working in a lower wage job, and they just can't make ends meet based on kind of how housing costs and childcare costs, healthcare costs, all those things have continued to grow at a faster rate than wages have grown over the last 40 years. And so the majority of people we are serving are working people. That was even more true kind of during the pandemic, where you had a lot of folks who had been working, who had never been to a pantry before in their lives, who had the rug pulled out from under them and were now needing help in a way they never had experienced. So about 35% of the people we served at the height of the pandemic were coming to us for the first time in their lives. And these are folks you know them. People who worked in restaurants, who worked at hotels, who worked in other businesses that were severely disrupted during the pandemic. Now, many people are getting back to work, and so that client mix is changing again. But still the majority of people that we're serving are those folks who work in lower wage jobs, who are either in between jobs or just at a job where they're, because of the needs of their children, and all these other related costs, they just need help making ends meet on a regular basis.
And Duffy, with your question, you've won a gift certificate to Good Game. So there you go. Roderick, could you let Lacey in? Lacey Manning, she's been waiting. If you can let her in, or Jeff. So another question then, does anyone else have a question? Because I have one. Could you then talk about our members who, now that you're our charitable cause, how do our members make a difference and help these people? What's the opportunity? And what kinds of companies are doing that? And what's the opportunities from Kyle for our members to get involved?
Sure. And so again, as some background context, it's important to know that, we have certainly been supported very generously during this pandemic. We've received tremendous philanthropic support from the community, which has allowed us to respond as aggressively as we have. But that said, kind of our whole cost basis for operating has changed radically during the past year. Our expenses, I just looked at them a minute ago, are up about 61% year over year in terms of what we're spending to execute our mission. We are buying more food than we ever thought we would. We're spending just about $2 million a month right now to buy food, in addition to all the donated food that we're capturing. And so we need financial support to keep that going. And so the quickest and easiest way for people to get involved with the food bank is, of course, to go to our website, acfb.org, and make a donation. Takes a minute. And we are a very efficient operation. Every dollar you donate can help us provide up to 4 meals to people in need. There's just not a better deal in town in terms of charitable impact. So that's one way to get involved. You can certainly volunteer. We're about to open up our building to volunteers again. It's been closed this whole year. And so there are going to be opportunities to sign up for volunteer shifts. Cameron and Lacey and Ben and others can help you do that. There'll be opportunities on the website. We love to have BCN come as a group sometime to volunteer. And then, of course, you can find our partners at our website. So you may live in a part of town that you really deeply care about. You can find a partner in that zip code or near that zip code and go get engaged with them. And that's a great way to support us too, is to support one of our partners.
When you talk about innovating with discipline, can you share a little bit about that?
Yeah, I think, we've been an entrepreneurial organization, and, there's in entrepreneurial organizations, sometimes you'd see a great idea over here. Maybe you have a fear of missing out and you want to try everything, right? And so I think at times that entrepreneurial enthusiasm has stretched our bandwidth beyond what is sustainable. So where we are trying to get better is to really, in the way that we think about innovating and continuing to enhance the way we operate, is to focus that innovation with greater discipline on our core, right? To really, if an innovation opportunity is not really aligned with kind of our core theory of change, then we have to have the discipline to say, that's a great idea, but someone else is going to need to do it. And we're getting better at that. And then I think in addition to that, when we do decide, hey, that does support our core, not all ideas are good ideas, and that we want to really test things to see if they have good impact, to see if they're sustainable, to see if they make sense financially before we commit to them fully. There's a great chapter about this in one of Jim Collins' books, Great by Choice, where he talks about first bullets, then cannonballs, about how you make decisions about where to make big, bold bets. And the best, greatest companies, they aren't necessarily the ones who are just crazy innovators, but when they do innovation, they test things very intentionally and with discipline, using bullets to test, they're testing, and then they fire the cannonball once they have great confidence that the idea is going to be successful. So that's what we're trying to do, is to really be disciplined in the way that we test new ideas and ensure that where we test things, that they are aligned with our core. Deborah, you're muted.
Roderick muted me. Thank you, Roderick. I unmuted. Someone muted. There we go. All right. In the last couple of minutes we have, you have talked to me about investing in people in your organization, investing in partnerships, and don't miss the high. So for companies that are with us today, our members, can you explain just briefly about investing in your people and partnerships and not missing the high?
Yeah, I think the first two of those are somewhat self-explanatory. I mean, I think for us to be great 5 years from now, we've got to continue to really grow our people. And so we spend a lot of time as a leadership team thinking about culture and people development, as opposed to just thinking about what's kind of the next thing we need to go do. And so that sort of investing in people is really important to our future, we believe, and has paid dividends for us over the past several years as we grew really dramatically. I think secondly, with our partners, we've invested a lot in our partners that get food from us or that work with us in other ways. We've invested in them financially, growing their capacity. As we invest in and grow their capacity, it increases our capacity. And so we've really tried to think about that as our framework rather than thinking transactionally with our partners. And then the last thing is, when we thought about this building, we were trying to, it's hard to know how big a building you're going to need sort of 10 years from now, 15 years from now. So much can change. Obviously, the pandemic is a great example of the unforeseen thing happening. We knew from our last effort to build a new food bank back in 2004 that they built a building that was, they thought larger than their wildest dreams. And within 15 years, we had outgrown it. And so in this case, as we were thinking not just about our building, but about kind of what our future capacity needs, our infrastructure needs might be, we really tried to say we need to miss on the high side. Whatever we think it might be, let's miss high if we're going to miss anywhere. And that proved to be very beneficial as we got into the pandemic. Right now, this building that seemed incredibly large to the point where we would never need the full capacity, I can walk out there today and we're already using 85-90% of it. And had we not kind of missed high, we would have been under-resourced at the moment when the community needed us the most.
So to close on this, with the members that we have, Kevin Paulin, are you with us today? Kev? Well, I know that Kevin is going to be doing a tour with his team, and I'm going to be joining him, and that's coming up in
Great.
And I know that we have brought several of our members to Good Game, and we're creating events, Kyle, where the proceeds will go to the food bank. So I just want to give some ideas to all of you that are with us today that you can go and volunteer. Part of their member offer, the BCN offer, Cameron and Ben and Lacey, is to be able to utilize the space that you have for any meetings that our members want to have, right, at your location. And then there's the partnerships, the sponsorships, but the best way to connect is going to be, Kyle, is that with Cameron and Ben and Lacey, correct?
That's right. And, you know, the food bank loves to bring people to our place and show you around. We love to find ways that we can work together. I think we're pretty creative about that. And Ben and Lacey and Cameron can certainly work with anyone to help find ways to get you engaged in our work.
And I get your monthly newsletter. So any of our members that would like to get a newsletter to stay up to date, is that easy to do?
Very easy. Again, you know, my recommendation would just reach out to one of my colleagues who's part of the ongoing meetings, and we'll get you signed up for whatever interests you. And we definitely, Deborah, really appreciate kind of you opening the door to us, to this community. And of course, we appreciate the financial support that's coming out of it. But I think more than that, we're excited about the ways that we're going to connect with everybody so that we can engage this community in the fight to end hunger.
Yes, and it's our pleasure, Kyle. It's very meaningful. We've got your run coming up again. So all of you that are runners or walkers next year, please look at participating. There's golf tournaments, there's a legal frenzy, there's so much that you do. And Kyle, on behalf of the organization, we are presenting you today, and you'll get it in the mail, with a $100 entertainment pass from Stars and Strikes. And
Yay!
A longtime member, and then a $50 certificate from Good Game, so that you can come with your family and enjoy a dinner, a drink, and then they have the Top Golf Simulator bays where you can play golf, football, dodgeball, hockey. And then,
awesome.
Yes. So Cameron just sent a note to everyone on how to subscribe to the newsletter. So Kyle, thank you. You did an outstanding job with Steve Coonan. I know he introduced you. That's the CEO of the Hawks. So that was a great moment. And I'm hoping that he'll be a speaker for us in October. We have a panel with the Atlanta Hawks coming as our keynote. So thank you again.
Yeah, go Hawks.
Go Hawks, yes. All right, so we are now going to go to the rest of our program. Kyle, thank you again.
Thank you.
And let me go back to shared screen. Let's see. And hold on one sec. There we go. And these are the takeaways, everybody. So when we post this, when Ann posts this for us, you'll hear this talk, and then you'll see these takeaways, and we just covered it. Okay. Next, June, returning and new members. So we're thrilled to have some of our members that have renewed in June share their spotlight today. Skip Cornell is a third-year member, Brown & Brown Insurance. And Skip, share with us for 2 minutes your value proposition, the ideal client, your best strategic partner, and your member offer, if you would. Uh-oh, Skip? Uh-oh, okay, something must have happened. All right, guys.
Can you hear me?
We can now. You were on mute, I think. There we go. Skip? Okay, Skip, you've got 2 minutes. Look forward to hearing. Can't hear. Okay, let's ask to unmute. Okay, Skip, can you hear now? Try talking again. So you're on mute. Can you hear me? You're on mute. You have to unmute yourself. Okay, now we can hear you.
I was on my phone and that was working fine until it was my turn to speak. So I apologize for the technical difficulties.
That's okay.
Sometimes technology doesn't run like electricity.
Okay.
But glad to be with you all this morning. It's a pleasure to see your faces. I look forward to seeing you all in person here in the near future. If I have not met you personally yet, my name is Skip Cornell. I'm a vice president here with Brown & Brown of Georgia. I focus my area of expertise within the property and casualty market. But we are the largest broker in Georgia. We're the 5th largest in the United States and globally. And we have services that span property casualty, group health benefits, and personal lines. We trade about $24 billion of insurance premium every year. All that means for you is that we've got the resources behind us to deliver the results and handle claims as needed in unfortunate situations.
Who's your ideal client? Who's your
The ideal client right now is going to be anybody with employees about 50 or more that are looking to attract and retain talent. It's a difficult employment marketplace right now, so healthcare benefits are important for people that are looking for places to go. Others would be within industry verticals like manufacturing, distribution, construction, hospitality, retail, healthcare, not-for-profit. I mean, there's really no specific industry type, but also great referral partners are people within the BCN, CPAs, contract bookkeepers, attorneys, wealth managers, banking and financial institutions. That's pretty much it.
And your member offer, what are you offering everybody that would like to learn more from you and apply this to their company?
Sure. So that's a complimentary review of your group health benefits program. So we do an opportunity analysis to find out, are there ways you can help to attain and attract talent? A complimentary review of the coverage structure and cost of your property and casualty program, whether that's automobile, workers' compensation, cyber. We're seeing it's a very difficult marketplace right now from an automotive perspective. Rates are going up. That means that half the limit is available for twice the cost. So business owners are extremely frustrated on how that's impacting their bottom line. So we just want to be consultants and make sure that everything is placed and addressed as best as possible. And we've got the carrier partnerships to deliver that for all of you.
And if someone is on today that can't use your services, but you may be able to help them because of the service they offer, that's part of building strategic partnerships, which you do so well, right?
Of course. Yeah, this is a reciprocal. I mean, we want this to be a reciprocal relationship. I'm not looking just to write somebody's business. We want to make sure that everybody within the BCN is getting the most value out of it and driving revenue and doing business to the best of their ability. We don't want this just to be insurance focused. If there's other clients that I have that can help you out, I will be sure to make those introductions on your behalf. We just want everybody to, get through the pandemic and make sure that 2021 is as best of a year as they can possibly make it.
Excellent. Fabulous. And how can they reach you? You've got a great member offer as you shared. What's the best way to reach you, Skip?
So cell phone's usually best, cell phone or email. I've got it on my hip at all points of the day. It's all on the BCN website. All of my contact information is available. So cell phone, email, carrier pigeon, whatever's easiest for you all.
We will look for the carrier pigeon. I like that one.
There you go.
Thank you.
Thank you all.
Thank you for your loyalty and everything, Skip.
I appreciate it, Deborah. Thank you all for your
Blackfire Signs and Graphics. Darren and Marcy, you've got 2 minutes to share yours.
Awesome. Hi, everyone. Again, my name is Darren Joel. This is my wife, Marcy. Together, we own Blackfire Signs and Graphics. Marcy's also an attorney, and she has a mediation practice. We're an independently owned signage company. We design, fabricate, and produce almost any kind of imaginable business signage. We exclusively are business to business, so our goal is really to establish long-lasting business relationships and partnerships. We can do anything from a simple yard sign and banner to really large-scale architectural illuminated signage. Our sweet spot is definitely interior and lobby signage, large format wall and window graphics, which includes frosted glass and tinting. We also do vehicle wraps and graphics. We specialize in fleet and commercial vehicles. Our tagline is Ignite Your Market. We're here to help you brand, help you sell your business with your visual communications, and really be a part of making your business look great and add to your success. Almost any business here can likely use our services in some capacity. An ideal client would be a commercial contractor, plumber, roofer, pool services, retail stores, restaurants, business owners, retail chains, and certainly franchises. And then strategic partnerships include interior designers and architects, commercial property owners, not just for themselves, but also for their tenants, anyone who works with other businesses such as bankers, attorneys, accountants, other professional services. Branding and marketing firms are really good for us. These are all great strategic partners, as you all have clients that could possibly use our services as well as yourselves. An especially great opportunity for us are businesses who are in the process of rebranding, perhaps relocating or buying or renovating property.
What is your member offer, Darren?
Sure. I was just going to say, as far as our member offer, like I did with Matt, I will personally come out, meet with you at your place of business for a one-on-one consultation. We'll discuss your needs and objectives and evaluate your space, identify potential opportunities for your signage and visual communications.
When I look at the member roster, and as you've gotten to know our roster, there's quite a number of companies that you mentioned that I think could be great partners for you, and vice versa. So I would encourage everyone that's on today to think about that, what you might need, or how Darren and Marcy can help you. And I want to thank Key Point Signs and Graphics. They have been going on a third-year member. Brent launched a new business, and he didn't expect it to do as well as it has, and it's taken off. It's gone national. So Key Point Signs and Graphics is dissolved now, and he sold their equipment to Darren and Marcy. But I met Darren and Marcy through Brent, and so we miss Brent and Leslie. We think the world of them, and we're thrilled to have you, Darren and Marcy, with us today and ongoing.
Awesome. Thanks, Deborah.
Thank you very much. Money Pages, another husband and wife, Ramona and Brian Long. If you guys would share your ideal client, best strategic partner and member offer, and the value prop.
Absolutely. I'm Ramona Long. My husband Brian is also on in a different window. We're super excited to be part of this group. So just a little bit about us. Brian comes from a corporate background as the national director of Coca-Cola, and I'm a former teacher. And we are both children of local business owners. So we totally understand the trust involved with partnering with local businesses. So we were looking for a way to be impactful in our community and support those local businesses that support their communities. And that's why we chose to bring Money Pages to Metro Atlanta almost 3 years ago. We wanted to provide quality growth marketing channels at an affordable investment. Money Pages is a 20-year company, but in our first 2 years here in Metro Atlanta, Money Pages has already been awarded Best of Cobb for our industry by the consumers of our community. What we do is we build your brand. Money Pages is more than just print advertising. We drive traffic to your website, we make your phone ring, and we get consumers to your business through our customized direct mail magazine, menus, flyers, postcards, and targeted display digital campaigns. We're builders. We build relationships and trust and loyalty between businesses and consumers, and we are your partners for growth. We build brands. Our ideal partner industry referrals for us are home services, entertainment, automotive, medical, dental, and restaurants. And strategic referral partners for us would include other marketing agencies, commercial real estate agents, commercial insurance agents, and merchant processing representatives. And our consulting is always free, so our BCN member offer actually is 15% off any print, digital, or combined 8 or 12-month campaign. Thank you all so much. We're so excited to be part of your group.
Thank you very much. You're terrific. And like Darren and Marcy, you've already gotten off to a great start with some of our members. And so when I look at our roster, I see all of our marketing members that can really cross-pollinate with you and Brian and with Darren and Marcy. So I look forward to hearing how that develops. Thank you. And next we've got our guests. We have phone one, Jim Kubasek. Jim is the president. And Jim, it's a pleasure to have you with us. Please share in 30 seconds what your value proposition is.
Hi, Jim Kubacek with Phone One. We provide phone and data services to businesses nationwide. And influential contacts for us would be clients who own IT companies like Procom, business or commercial real estate agents, furniture salespeople like Office Furniture Expo, payroll and commercial insurance agents like Brown and Brown, commercial construction companies, business property management or hospitality like Kingston Commercial. And I always like to end my propositions with profitable conversations begin with phone one.
Jim, I love you. Terrific. Great job as well. Thank you. And
Thank you, ma'am.
Stratus Building Solutions, Doug, are you settled somewhere before you go into the airport that you can share your video?
I am. I pulled over here at Lowe's parking lot so I could give my 30 seconds. I appreciate everybody's patience. It's good to be here. Doug Crumbly, Stratus Building Solutions. We are your go-to for anything commercial cleaning, from recurring cleaning, which is our specialty, but we also got into disinfectant before COVID-19 hit. Our specialty, though, is anything medical, surgery centers, operating rooms, and anyone that needs a good terminal clean. Have them give us a call. My name is Doug Crumbly with Stratus Building Solutions. Thank you, Deborah.
You're very welcome. And there's a number of members, I'm thinking, that when you say commercial, that could work with you. And also thinking about John Parker. John, with the disinfectant that you have, I'm sure there's a conversation there as well. Doug, thank you again for making it happen today. I just want to share that we're very proud of the renewals and the new members that we continue to have join us in spite of everything. And so in total for June that have joined, renewed, I should say, is Action Coach Russ Hall, 3rd year. He will share his spotlight in August. Craig Peter, Personal Training, 3rd year. He will share his in July. Stephanie Wilson, Family Law, 2nd year, and she'll share hers in July. And then Ron Walters, RJ Walters and Associates, 3rd year, and he will share his either in July or August. So thank you, Ron, I know you're with us, and Craig as well. Stephanie couldn't be with us today. And Russ, thank you for again renewing. And then this just gives you an overview from January of 2020 through where we are today. We've had some excellent track record of success. The warm referral program we have, we talk about that. The BCN is built on warm referrals, not leads. So that's not a good word to mention because we want to build relationships that lead to business, but we don't want to get leads. So I want to thank all the members that are listed here, including the newest on this list, Caesar with next to us, who introduced me to a member most recently that has joined. And so Caesar, I want to thank you very much, but all of you that are listed here, we appreciate you taking the time to understand the BCN and then to find who you think would be another company that would benefit everyone else in the organization. And so when you do this, when you share the BCN value, when you qualify a prospect, when you send me or the team a warm referral and the company joins, you receive $100 Stars and Strikes Family Entertainment Pass and or a $50 gift certificate. I know you don't do it for that, but we appreciate it and we want to share that with you. It also helps Good Game and it helps Stars and Strikes. Justin, are you with us? Justin Rappel. Justin,
yes, I'm here.
Yay, Justin. We are saying Mazel Tov, which means congratulations. It's awesome. You won the first game of the playoffs. And do you want to share with everybody how you all feel and what's going on?
Yeah, absolutely. Good morning, everybody. As Deborah mentioned, we're really excited. We're in the 2nd round of the playoffs now, and the series is tied 1-1, coming back to Atlanta on Friday night. So if any of y'all are interested in coming out, we actually just announced that we're at a sellout on Friday night. So it's going to be a packed building. But if anyone wants to come out on Monday night for Game 4 or any games the rest of the playoffs, feel free to let us know. We would appreciate your support. If you can't make it out, feel free to watch on TV and cheer us along.
So Justin, how would someone reach out to you the best way? Because I know you're juggling a lot these days. How would they do that?
Yeah, I'll drop my email here in the chat, and anyone can email me directly and get you some discounted seats to come out to one of the games.
Is that better than texting or calling you at this point?
Yeah, right now, we appreciate it with just an email. So I'll drop that here in the chat.
Okay. And then Justin, I know you're working on the panel in October. Any hints that we can excite our members with as far as who might be speaking on the panel?
we're still working on that, but I know everyone here remembers Andrew Saltzman. He's planning on being back here as well, so hopefully we'll have him and a couple other guests. So we're really looking forward to that. So thank you, Deborah.
Sure. Thank you very much. And congratulations. I read about you every day, and I usually send you at least one email congratulating you. Member news, offers, and events. So this is Needy. Are you with us, Needy Dewan?
I'm here, Deborah.
Needy, where are you? There you are. So Needy, why don't you share your news with everybody? You've got a minute to do that.
Sure. So I just wanted to share that in my business life, I've pivoted my business now, and I'm actually raising a small venture capital fund. So the goal is to raise $50 million and run that fund over the next 18 months. However, as of right now, based upon the funding that we've already raised from our investors, we have started a business accelerator where we have already invested in 3 technology companies so far. We just started about 2 months ago. So we're doing well, and we are on the right trajectory to be able to raise that 50 million based upon the meetings that we've had with investors. So that's what I've been busy with, running around all over the country, meeting investors, telling them about what the business is about. And the upside is that one of these portfolio companies will eventually become a unicorn, at which point our investors will, of course, not just double their money like they do in real estate, or perhaps earn some good returns on the stock market, but here they could potentially have a return of 100 times or 1,000 times. So that's the beauty of it. So thank you, Deborah. And of course, I want to thank BCN. I want to thank Deborah for everything that you guys have done to support me. And I continue to work with Amy Henkel of Mythos Media for my website. I continue to work with Duffy for all my videos for the businesses. So again, this has been a beautiful experience. So thank you.
And Needy, I asked you to come on because you were our keynote speaker in January and were phenomenal. You have been a wonderful inspiration to those of you that have gotten to know you, including me. But you are so warm and embracive, and have done so well this year in being recognized as a woman leader across the board. Do you want to share that real quick as the CIO, the award you got?
Sure. Yes, so end of last year, I got selected as 10 best women leaders in the country. And this year, I just got awarded by CIO News 10 best upcoming leaders to watch for 2021. So thank you.
Now, this means that you will not be staying with us as a member, but you will be a friend, right? You will stay
Absolutely. And, this is just so that for this year, I want to focus in on the Business Accelerator and Venture Fund. So I won't have the time for BCN. However, if anything pivots, and once this is on autopilot, you never know. I may be back.
Okay.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Well, thank you. And please stay on. We just have a few more minutes, Needy. And
sure.
And does anyone else have member news about your company or something newsworthy that you've won an award, you've been recognized, any kind of member news before we go to member offers? Okay, member offers would be if you've launched a new offer recently and you've changed it and you want the members to know about it. Is there anything there? Okay, Ben, is that you?
Yeah, I wasn't sure if this was news or offer, but I just wanted to piggyback on what Kyle had said earlier.
Yes.
About how we are starting next week, around roughly 40 to 45% of our staff will be coming back into the food bank. So we're really excited about that. But that also means that we will be offering volunteering again at the food bank starting the week of June 21st.
Okay.
We will be easing back into that, where we'll be maxing the amount of people at 30 to start with. Shifts will be Monday through Friday, 8:30 to 11:30 and 1:30 to 4:30. We hope, and it will be you have to be 18 and up to start with. We will hopefully relax that later as we continue to go and ease back into volunteering. but we're really, really excited about that, to be engaging the community again at the food bank. Obviously, this means we can also start to do more tours of the food bank as well. And also want to add that we have a new date for our golf tournament, which will be August 24th at Setting Down Creek Golf Course. We still have a small number of foursomes available, and we'll be adding that to the events page this week now that we have a new date. So thank you all so
Ben,
much.
so this is all very exciting. I would say that to help us, if you could do when you finish your one pager, that we can all see, and it lists these opportunities. And in the meantime, if you could do that on the BCN website, the dates and how they can volunteer, and what would be the opportunities to volunteer. And then also, if our members at their business wanted to have something that represents the food bank, so when people come and they do business with their company, a portion can go to you. How would that work? How would you work with them to do that?
You mean like as far as volunteering?
No, beyond volunteering. If someone had a business and someone wanted to do an event there and they wanted the proceeds to go back to you, or some, I'm thinking of a cross-pollinating both ways. They come to you, volunteer, they go to your golf tournament and pay X amount to golf. But if they're at their business, how can they make a difference there?
Well, we also obviously we can also do food drives. We have a virtual food drive option that you can do in conjunction with the food bank. One of our member offers, once we kind of get back into the office, obviously is a meeting space at the food bank as well, that a lot of companies like to combine having a meeting and also doing a volunteer shift for their business. They can also bring clients in with them as well. So,
okay, so I guess if you could put in the chat the best way to reach you, and then you have your profile page, of course, as well. But I think some of our members might want to reach out to you.
I mean, obviously, I would like to work with Deborah as well to potentially get a BCN volunteer day on the books as well. Hopefully, maybe this later summer, maybe this fall.
Well, yes, let's definitely do that. That would be great. And like I said, I know Kevin Paulin and his company are coming there in the next couple of weeks. And then we're also doing 2 events with the Wealth Enhancement Group and Procom, and then also with Oasis Landscaping at Good Game, where the proceeds will go to the food bank. So we have 2 of our 3 companies from the BCN that are giving back. And in the last minute, I would say to everybody, please fill out the survey. It comes electronically, and it's just 2 or 3 questions, and it gives us a good understanding of how you feel about how we did today. And then we are going to be going live probably in August. As soon as I hear from Jeff on that decision, we will send out an email. Thank you, everybody, for being with us today. And can't say enough on behalf of our team how much we appreciate you. Have a great day, everybody. Bye-bye.